I'm really interested to know what you know about DNA, if I'm honest.
I know where it was created.
What?
I know where it was not created, that's the wrong thing. No DNA for police and shit.
Right.
I know where it was the scientists found out you could use it to catch police and shit.
Right. Go on then.
Leicester.
What? Just Leicester?
Yeah, Leicester. It was. I think it was a female professor. If I remember right.
It feels very vague what you're telling me, if I'm honest.
No, I know what I'm saying.
I know you know what you're saying, but the rest of humanity doesn't.
Yeah. No, when they could use it.
Right. So are you trying to tell me that you found out when...
That's it, DNA profiling.
Right. You're telling me you know the origins of DNA profiling, not DNA itself.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we're here to talk about... Well, that is part of what we're here to talk about, which is DNA. But
yeah.
You're looking at a part of DNA when it was used in modern profiling in police investigation. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. I've got it. In the United Kingdom, genetics Alex Jeffries independently developed a DNA profiling process beginning in late 1984 while working in the Department of Genetics at the University of Leicester.
That's fantastic. But that's not the origins of DNA, is it?
No, I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, you went straight off the bat in there with a fact. That is good. But I have got some various facts to go DNA. Let's face it, it's a serious subject for people like us.
Yeah.
So we'll try and stick to the fun facts because we're not hardcore scientists.
No. We're not talking about Chernobyl, are we?
No, not at all. So I think one of the most interesting facts about DNA is they reckon 7 to 8% of human DNA is now made up of ancient viruses that used to infect us and make us ill.
Okay.
That's weird, isn't it, to think that 8% of your DNA is an ancient virus.
Yeah.
I don't know what that brings to the party.
Yeah, I know. It's made up of many viruses and organisms.
I love it when you read stuff. You sound like Professor Stephen Hawking when you read stuff.
Yeah, not orgasm. Organisms.
That's the one.
It's because I'm dyslexic. When I read it, even now, I know what it says, and even now I want to say orgasm.
Okay, just keep saying it then.
Orgasms. Yeah, but if I sound thick if I...
No, you don't. You don't sound thick. We know what you mean.
Nuclear acids.
Yep.
Protons. Lipoids.
To be honest with you, I lost you at orgasms.
Yeah.
So, we all know that we share 95% of our DNA with some types of primates. But did you know you also share 50% of our DNA with bananas?
That's interesting.
So you're 50% the same as a banana.
Yeah, mate, I'm always making fucking slip-ups.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
What's the worst thing? When I think of it, I hate bananas. I fucking hate it. The missus always tries to slide a banana. And if I have fruit pudding in the night time, she always tries to slide a banana in. I hate bananas.
I prefer apples.
Fucking bananas is a disgrace. What's the worst smell? I mean, I don't like the smell of bananas, but what's the worst smell you've ever smelled?
My middle son, when he's had a shit.
That's the worst smell.
He's fucking hell. He's like a waste factory. That boy is fucking hell. I can remember years ago I went to we've both been there. The York Museum.
Yeah, that's bad.
And it's dead modern now, but when I went, it was like a walkthrough, and you had the smells of the Vikings. And I walked in, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like it stinks.
You're a bit funny. You're funny when it comes to smells, aren't you?
Oh. Fucking hell, it's awful.
The worst smell I've ever smelled, and I was thinking about asking you this question when I was thinking about bananas, and the worst smell I've ever smelled, and I keep coming back to it, and I didn't want to say it because it sounds cruel, but I can't think of anything worse that I've smelled. And I was at a funeral at the, oh God, it used to be called the Curragh. It was like in St Anne's. Do you know where I mean?
I think so, yeah.
It's like an Irish club. And I was at a funeral, and this old guy that died very peacefully and all the rest of it. And not part of my family, but part of the wife's family.
Yeah.
And I went to the toilet, and this old bloke had took a shit, and I'm telling you, he covered the walls. And it was like an orange, yellow, ochre colour that you get in art class with oil paintings. And it smelled, if you could cross, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you shut out macaroni and cheese at the same time as shitting out a roast dinner with cabbage. It was just the most, with a pint of Guinness on top. It was just like, and it had a tang of fish about it. It had a spicy mackerel scent to it. I mean, it was awful. It scarred me. This is about 16 years ago.
Do you know the website you can go to, to put your poo on?
I don't ever want to talk about that ever again.
It's called ratemypoo.com.
Who does that?
Mate, I've been on it. There's some fucking umdiggers on there.
I draw the line at stuff like that.
It's called the reason I got sent it, I can remember I was at work once, and I got called down because there was like it was a big thing. So I went down, and they went, "You need to go to the toilet," and I went, like somebody died or something, and I walked into the toilet, and it was the biggest shit I've ever seen in my life. This person must have like some kind of organ failure because something in his body had fucked up because it was all twisty and everything, and it was that big that the person, one of the cleaners, had to fish it out and put it in a bag because it physically could not get down the toilet.
That's a beautiful thing. Anyway, back to DNA, because this is just typical of us. We just go off talking about shit. Right.
I'll just give them free advertisement though, ratemypoo.com.
Oh yeah, shout out to them, get some sponsorship.
Get some sponsorship money.
That'd be our look, that'd be our sponsor now in our look.
Yeah.
Alright.
Black Lizard, I'm sponsored by ratemypoo.com.
DNA is found in every human cell. If you unravelled each strand, it would nearly be 2 meters long. It's bizarre. If we unravelled the entire DNA in a human being, and I don't understand this, it would stretch 10 billion miles. That would be the same as a return trip to Pluto. I've got to say this, right? How the fuck do they know that, really? I mean, there's some things I'll believe, but when I look at my body, I don't see a trip to Pluto and back, do you?
No.
I mean, maybe...
Well, they say that about your intestines, don't they?
Maybe I'd get to Dover and back.
Your intestines can go on for quite a long time, can't they? If you unravelled all your intestines, it can stretch out quite far. I don't understand that. I need more clarity in my head about it. So you can change your DNA.
You can change DNA. That's true. Is that it?
I know, because I know, like, you can damage it through, like, you can damage it as well, like, if you, like, drink lead.
Well, that would do it.
Or, like, if there's, like, anything like that, you can damage your DNA.
I'm totally honest with you, drinking lead would do worse things than change your DNA.
Yeah, I know, but do you know there's no safe level of lead that should be in your body?
Well, once it gets in, it never goes as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So you hit onto something there. DNA in every human cell gets damaged over 100 times a day. But our bodies are clever. They got systems in place to repair it, like Wolverine, on a real basic level, though.
I don't understand though. DNA, like in your family. You must look at some of your children and think, I ain't got the fucking same DNA as them. Some of your family members.
When I look at my oldest bedroom and the way he keeps it, I look at that and I can't quite believe it.
It's like my middle son. he gets a right tan on him. He looks like me. I'm like a ghost. Angela's a ghost. The oldest son's a ghost. The youngest son's a ghost. Then my middle son, he looks like he's from the Mediterranean.
I got my DNA mapped.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah, I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I got Viking DNA deep down.
You're plugged into the Matrix.
I was not surprised when I came back with Scandinavian DNA though.
I'm definitely not surprised. You look massively normal in Iceland.
All the kind of like factors were there, all the clues were there, weren't there?
Mm.
So I can't say that I'm really shocked about it.
Was there anything in your DNA that you were shocked about?
I've got no Scottish in me at all, or Welsh.
That's good. I mean,
but that's weird, isn't it? Because
yeah, that is weird.
They're so close, but I've got Scandinavian DNA, but I haven't got Scottish DNA.
I'd look at you and think you was descendant of Scandinavian. If he come back and said like you was 0.8% Indonesian, then that would like shock me.
That'd be cool though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be.
I was hoping, just like everybody else does, when you send off your DNA, you want it to come back that it says like 10% American Indian.
Like 0.5% Aborigine.
Yeah, something like that where you can go, yeah, motherfuckers, check me out.
Did you ever watch, going off subject, but did you ever watch Ainsley Harriot's, what's that film, that program called? Who Do You Think You Are?
No, I haven't watched that one.
His family descendants are white.
Are they really?
Yeah, he's something like great-granddad was a slave plantation, I think it was. I hope I get this right, because I'm sure it was something like in Caribbean, or he owned something, and his mum was a slave, or servant, and yeah, they got into a relationship. So after that, obviously, descendants are white.
I think that ultimately you share your genomes and DNA with everybody, don't you? If human beings share 99.9% of their DNA with every other human, then you are pretty much related to everybody sooner or later, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, that Danny Dyer one was a very shocking one, wasn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. That was my favourite episode.
Yeah. He's probably more royal than the Queen.
Well, the other interesting fact is that you share 98.7% of your DNA with chimpanzees as well.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I mean, you've got a lot in common with a chimp, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
You've got a lot of the behaviours. I've seen it.
Going back to what I was saying about you looking at your family and stuff, like I look at my family and think, like some of them, and think, how the fuck have I got similar DNA to what they've got?
Well, when you're not falling out with them every 5 minutes, you mean?
Oh, I'm always. I've never been to a family wedding where there's not been a fight.
Well,
ever.
There was a fight at your wedding, wasn't you? Didn't you have a fight at your wedding?
No, I had a fight at my older brother's wedding. My older brother, Michael.
I'm sure there was a fight at your wedding.
Oh yeah, no, that was Michael and Daniel, I think.
Oh, they were fighting at your wedding.
Yeah, they was at my wedding. Yeah.
And what's the worst?
I think there's been a fight. I got glassed at my brother's wedding.
It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's one of them. The next day, you just shake hands and you're in cool, don't you?
It's not what you do at family events.
Yeah, but it makes it more interesting. It's a bit fun, isn't it?
Well, if everybody's in the same mindset, it might not be a bad thing.
Have you've been to an Irish funeral before, haven't you?
I've been to loads, yeah.
Oh, the mental.
Well, they're not mental, they're long.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get into fights. I mean, people get into fights at the end of it because they've been there that long and they're frustrated and they're at a funeral. They're just
pissed. Absolutely
pissed. And they've been there probably 8 hours.
And emotions and everything.
Yeah.
Like my dad's funeral. I think there were 3 fights at my dad's funeral.
Why is it? Why have you got to fight with them constantly? What?
It's Irish, isn't it? I'm sure.
I'm sure there's plenty of Irish people that don't fight each other.
Yeah, it probably is. It's more gypsy Irish, isn't it?
Have you got? Why don't you get your DNA test? Because you think you'd have gypsy DNA.
I think I would have definitely. Well, my granddad, he was. I think I'm sure before my granddad's family, they were gypsies.
If I'm honest with you, I will put bets on that you've got gypsy DNA. I put odds on.
Yeah.
I
like caravans.
We should have called our podcast The Viking and the Gypsy.
The Viking and the Gypsy. That's a good saying, that is.
A bit late now, though, isn't it?
No, but no, you just because it's the scary thing about like my family is, I'm probably the most normal out of all of them.
You know what? You are the most normal. You're like the flagship. You are.
Yeah.
You are. You're like the admiral.
Yeah.
You're leading the way. You are officially the most normal person in your family.
That's true.
I'm probably the most abnormal in mine.
Yeah. You're a rebel though, aren't you?
I don't know. Well, I don't know about that.
I get called posh because I own my own house.
Yeah, I know. You get slagged off in your family for having,
I do get slagged off.
for having a mortgage.
I get slagged off because I ain't got a criminal record.
It's awful, really, that you ain't got one.
I've never been arrested.
It'd be great if you had one, because I could tell people that...
I've been questioned under caution, but yeah, I'm not properly arrested.
I've been questioned once when someone got murdered.
Well, I got questioned for kidnapping. I've never already had that since.
I know, but I'm trying to goad you into it. I didn't really get questioned. I'm just trying to get you going to see if you'll open up on your kidnap.
I don't know. I can talk about it. I think I can talk about it.
You think so?
No, I will save it for a special occasion. We'll do a special one on it.
I'll have to get you just pissed over the phone.
Yeah.
And then you just have to tell everybody. And then you just have to diminish responsibility.
All I'm saying is, one, I got no further action, and two, the cops shook my hand.
Who did?
The coppers.
All right. So what you're saying is that the person got what they deserved a bit.
They deserved it, yeah.
All right. I'm not sure how this fits into DNA. We've gone away from DNA quite.
I'll tell you, obviously I do boxing as well. I'm talking about my family. Do you know I've only ever been knocked out by one person, ever.
Who's
in
that?
the boxing ring or out the boxing ring. I've only ever been knocked out cold.
Who knocked you out?
My mum.
What do you call your mum?
Trucker.
Trucker. That's right.
She looks like a big American lesbian truck driver.
She is trucker.
Yeah, she's a proper trucker. The thing is, she don't like it when she likes it when I call her trucker.
I know.
My other brother calls her Bertha.
I knew you called it. I've known you called her trucker for years.
Yeah, because she's one of the hardest women I've ever met in my life.
What's the hardest thing she's done?
I've seen her beat up a Rastafarian.
Really? In Bullwall?
No, it was when I was having a riot in Birmingham.
You what?
There was a riot. My brother was boxing in Birmingham, and then after the home crowd didn't like the fact that my brother knocked the lad out in the boxing ring legally. So there was all rioting, fighting, and whatever. Yeah. And then I was trying to be the peacemaker, and then my other brother was fighting with somebody, and then I turned around and my mum was dragging this Rastafarian down the road with his dreadlocks, kicking him in the head. And then my mum hates it when I tell these stories. Hates it.
Wasn't that quite recently?
Oh no, it's the one in Coventry. Is the last riot I went to.
That's right. You went to. I know. You sent me a video that other riot.
Yeah. Well, I was just walking past and somebody's fingers on the floor.
Do you think it's bad that I can get confused with your riot, which one it might be?
I think I think you went. This is my top 3 riots.
It's bad when you have your top 3 riots, isn't it?
It's got its top 3.
It's bad when I can get confused which one it is.
Bloody
That's not real.
That one in Coventry was mental. That was gypsies, Irish travellers, literally the family feud. And they when they go to work properly. I can remember I was talking about this stuff recently because my face a little bit was on ITV News, and everybody's looking dead panicky, like shitting themselves because they're got axes, meat cleavers, and machetes, and they're all just stabbing and hitting each other. And then the camera pans around and all you can see is my face, and I've got the biggest smile on my face, this is match day, and I'm you can tell, I'm oh my god, this is amazing.
It's because you're not normal, that's what it is.
Well, yeah, no, go back to my mum. My dad was a professional boxer, but if I had any problems, I always went to my mum first.
You're a mummy's boy.
I'm not a mummy's boy, definitely not a mummy's boy.
No, I don't think you are either, actually.
I'm not a mummy or daddy. I'm a free rider.
You're an orphan.
No.
Well,
Yeah, no. I do look at my brothers and think, how the fuck have I got the same DNA as them?
well, I tell you what, we could talk about your relationship with your brothers all day long, if I'm honest.
I've got loads of stories with my family.
Well, we better leave it there because we're going to have to end this call because you got to go and pick up the kids, haven't you?
I've got to go pick up my son from school because I'm a key worker.
Drop the kids.
I've got back to work in an hour.
Well, enjoy that time. I don't know if we should. We need to pick up the Family Feud stuff up again. I like that.
Yeah, we need to. Well, we could be here all day. See, your family is quite normal, isn't it? I've met your mum and dad, and they're really, really nice.
Yeah.
And your brother.
I think there's some people that might disagree with that, but yeah.
I like your brother and your mum and dad are really nice.
Yeah. Have you noticed I don't talk about my family much?
Can I tell this quick story about your mum?
Shit. Go on then. I
can remember when you was doing very well. I don't want to talk about work, but you was doing very well. And she came up to me and said, I can't remember, I don't know, oh, I don't know what I'm doing an accent. She ain't even got an accent. Like, oh, where's Mark? Oh, is he busy? And I went, no, I'll go get him. I don't know why I think he's funny. I just think he's funny. Because I think your mum's dead nice. I thought you were a funny story. I just think
I'm surprised she usually tells people, haven't I done well, like I was some sort of like stupid child, usually.
Yeah, but she's proud of you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure she is. She is. You're right.
Your brother's nice as well. Yeah.
I'm not disputing the nice. Are you gone?
No, I'm here.
I'm not disputing that they're nice.
But you're just very different, aren't you?
I'm a bit of a lone wolf.
You are, yeah.
That's what I am. But yeah.
That's probably why me and you are friends.
That's right, yeah. Well, you're more like a pack animal, though.
Yeah, I am a pack animal.
You're more like a pack animal. I am.
Yeah, I like being in the pack, but you know me. You know I'm very picky about what pack I follow, though.
You're a picky boy.
I don't follow any packs. I follow the right pack.
I don't even know where we've gone with this. We're talking in fucking.
I think we should do this as part 1 DNA.
All right, this is part. We're talking in fucking riddles at the moment.
Yeah, this is part 1 DNA. No, but it's talking about families, isn't it? Because obviously your family is your DNA. And sometimes I look at my family and think, how the fuck have I? I've said it about 5 times now, but how do you get to say I've got the same DNA? If I look at my oldest, and my oldest is so clever at school, and like dead quiet, dead shy, and I'm thinking, but then on the flip side, he's a lot like me in some ways.
You can be shy sometimes when you want to be.
I'm a nervous person.
Yeah, I like it when you get nervous. I like telling you you're nervous when you're nervous. I do.
I do think I'm shy. I think I'm one of them that I talk for the sake of talking.
I like when you're nervous. I like pointing it out to you just when you least need it.
Yeah, you've done that in meetings before.
I know. I like to do it as much as possible, just because I like it.
Oh yeah, no,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get back to some DNA in the next one. So we'll do part 2. There's quite a few. We didn't even talk about who like discovered DNA. We didn't even get into the building blocks of life. We just started talking about whether you have fights at weddings and stuff.
Do you know before we go? Yeah, how's my audio? Because I've got the new phone.
It's brilliant.
They're a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably get about 50% more listeners. I know, makes my life easier. All right, well, we'll pick up part 2 another day.
All right, then.
I'll see you in a bit.
See you later, bye.